I want to hear Frank. I don't know if it'll get like copywritten. I don't know why this keeps on playing. What is going on? I need to get better at all of this like background YouTube stuff. I have no idea how to put the chat up here. Okay. I'm getting canceled by all of the leftists in my comment section because of this Hassan video. And honestly, that's exactly what I wanted to happen. I noticed too many of you guys in my comments. I started getting concerned and scared, and so I preemptively wanted to trigger them so that they all just unsubscribe. So I'm hoping that that was a good cleanse. I'm just kidding, kind of. Why can't you see the chat? I see it up here on my end, and I can't see it on your end. Why did my music stop? Hey Google, play some music. Okay, I have my Red Bull, I have my Hassan, I'm ready for my Destiny cosplay. First off, let the record say, I was literally right. I didn't even know that it was like confirmed to be completely fake. I thought he was just exaggerating. I thought that he was just being a dramatic little pussy that has never actually experienced anything in the real world, but he actually just made the entire thing up. So this was his flight at 4:22 Eastern Standard Time, okay? I'll make this bigger. I think he has a higher one over here. Okay. Lands 4:22 Eastern Standard Time, okay? Got off plane, walked to customs. This was his manager or lawyer, okay? Needs an immigration attorney. He needs an immigration attorney so bad that when he was asked and talked to his immigration lawyer after the fact, or his lawyer friend after the fact, he just didn't think to ask for help or legal assistance. Yeah, okay, makes sense. 4:58, and then 5:30, he's out. He literally was there for half an hour. Like, I was right. Okay, so when I first posted the video, I think these are organized like chronologically. When I first posted it, I was kind of scared because I started getting immediate comments that were like, "What is wrong with you? You can take this down." Like, it's not, yeah, it's still not too late to delete this terrible take, okay? So you think he got specifically detained justifiably because he's a political streamer that said controversial things, or you think it was blown out of proportion and this is just normal procedure? It can be both. What? I think that he was, well, this is what I thought before I found out that the whole thing was fake. I thought that what happened was he got, like, I don't know, he's been getting into a lot of controversy lately with Ethan Klein and stuff. Like, that shit has been going back and forth like crazy. So I wouldn't be shocked if he was. But even if he was, so that was the caveat. So, like, I wouldn't be shocked if he was. But even if he was, it's not unjustified. So it was justifiably detained, and he blew it out of proportion by whining about it and crying like a little bitch, like, oh, the Trump administration wants to silence me. ICE asking about political affiliations is not blowing something out of proportion. Don't get what point you're making. I agree. If ICE had just come up to a random civilian and just like gone up to them like, "Hey, are you a Republican or a Democrat? Do you like Donald Trump? What are your feelings about that?" Yeah, I mean, I guess. But if he was getting questioned, if they're like, "Hey, what are you doing here? Why are you flying into Chicago?" and he's like, "Oh, I have a speaking engagement." And he's like, and they're like, "Okay, what kind of speaking engagement? What do you do for speaking?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm into politics." Like, that's like a line of questioning. It's not like a I get this for random people. I don't get this in this specific situation. Whatever. I'm not going through all of these comments that are actually brain dead when I was literally vindicated and proven correct. My intuitions are on point. Thank you. Are we doing the 3 hour stream? I wish. I have work in an hour, so you've got me for about 45 minutes, maybe. I need help figuring out how to put this chat up here. Just Google. How to put Google interaction. Oh, just had it. Wow. I am determined to get these chats on screen. What if I Oh! Huzzah. Ah, I don't want that big. Okay, lovely. This is so much better. Thank you guys for your patience. Okay. He was detained as I was dead sleeping last night. No, exactly. Not citing down. Okay. Unsubscribe. Sorry. I don't have an issue with what's it called? I'm being harsh. I don't actually mean unsubscribe. I'm not that aggressive. It's just I refuse to be audience captured. I saw what just happened with the Unfuck America tour, and so I will fight you guys. I will not let all of the secret Russian operative bots that flood the TikTok comments, and I honestly genuinely feel like that could be a thing. Anyways, I'm not finishing any of my thoughts. Why does this keep on going away? I can tell you watch Destiny. Thanks. I wish that I could just like copy and paste Destiny's audience. I feel like they would like me, but that's me being narcissistic. Why give it attention if it's fake? Why me give it attention? I'm sorry. I was countering the attention that was being given to it. It was literally every single like The BBC, CNN, NBC, MSNBC. Why did we get fact checked by a fucking Twitch streamer? Like, why did none of these mainstream outlets say anything? And that's the part, I said this in my video too, that's the part that I was upset about. Like, I honestly, I don't really, like, want to give that much energy to going through all of that with Hassan. It's more so, why are we entertaining it in the mainstream media? Because then, as I said, when it inevitably gets shown that it was fake, now we just look bad. Like, every progressive that was behind him, like, the Trump administration is going after everyone. They're attacking everyone. Like, everyone that was crying bloody murder just looks stupid now. It's the same thing that they did with El Salvador when they waited until everyone was convinced that Kilmar Abrego Garcia was already dead. And then, boom, Salvadorian dictator just rolls him out like, hey, drinking a margarita. Like, yeah, you're gonna, it was intentional. It's like purposely made to, it just purposely looks, it just looks stupid. It just makes us look stupid. That's what is upsetting me. Weird comments in here. He was not drinking a margarita. Good job. He was drinking water with salt around the rim and a cherry on it. Okay, I'm gonna watch this. Wait, no, this one's mine. I just want to show that I was right, because I think I literally said at some point, like, I'm not upset about what. This is just everything wrong with the Democratic Party. Is we tend to make the story about ourselves rather than like the issues. If I look at a lot of the issues that Trump supporters have with Democrats, it's that we talk too much about ourselves without actually listening to anything that's going on. And so if there is a huge Democratic political pundit that is monopolizing this story to be entirely about him and about his First Amendment rights being taken away from him at this one airport because he was detained, ooh, big and scary, it isolates it to just him. And so when inevitably it comes out that it was actually just a really routine, really non-story thing for this to happen to him at the airport, it's gonna just, it's so exhausting being so right all the time. Alright, I have to figure out, this is really annoying me with this chat. I have to figure out what's going on with this chat. Chat, how do I get the chat up? Popping in and out of it. Chat, please help. Don't look at my history. That's embarrassing. How do I make my YouTube live stream chat show on screen? Okay, bestie. Guys, I'm not someone who uses ChatGPT for everything, okay? I just use it when I'm lazy. Thanks. Go to your YouTube live stream page. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. What the hell is the pop out? Oh my god, this is gonna make me kill myself. Okay, I have pop out dashboard, but I don't have pop out chat. That doesn't make any sense. Sorry guys, I'm stupid. What if I just kill myself? Would it work then? What the fuck is going on? Why? How do I ban you? How do put user in timeout? Oh, this is cool. Yeah, you're in timeout, weirdo. I will get this. At one point, I will get this. I will get it. I will figure it out. I will do it. I am a strong, independent woman, and I'm gonna change the title to help me add my chat to screen. Okay, anyways, while I'm doing this, because this is really boring, I'm just gonna talk to you guys. We're just gonna chat. I think I've bragged before about how I was the president of my debate team, but I want to do more debates because it's really upsetting me how bad the ones that I see are. Like, they're just, I'm also really bad, but I want to be part of the change. I am, what's it called? Is it this? No. I can't concentrate. This isn't good for me. This is stressing me out. What if I just don't do anything? Yeah, okay. Do you condemn Brian Thompson? You guys are gonna hate me. I I don't know how logical it is to blame a CEO for like for playing into a system that is fundamentally like structured corruptly. I think a parallel that I would draw would probably be the way that Donald Trump blames Kamala Harris for like letting in murderers, and the murderers are like killing all of these like children everywhere. Like, you wouldn't blame Kamala Harris, even though like Kamala Harris, I guess, adjacently, like, even if that was true, even if Kamala Harris was letting in all of these like criminals or whatever, you wouldn't blame Kamala Harris in that sense because she's not the one that's like directly doing it. So it doesn't make sense to blame like the CEO of like this really like far removed company for like this guy who I don't even know. I haven't kept up with the Luigi case, so I don't really know. I don't know if he's innocent or guilty or whatever. But it doesn't make sense for that to. It doesn't. No, I don't think that he should have been died. So I I don't think that he should have. I don't think that he should have gotten a fucking death sentence. I think that's ridiculous. You would be definitely very competent in the internet debate zeitgeist. Make sure you're extensive in your research on any given topic. Thank you. I'm practicing my Obsidian documents that I can just pull up and send to people like ba 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 ba. No, where do you go? Okay. I think it's too early to be looking at president for 2028 unless it is Pete Buttigieg, in which case I support. I'm just kidding. I don't. I actually do think that it's really early to do presidential predictions for 2028, especially because honestly, there's a chance that I don't know. I don't know what there's a chance of. I feel like part of me really wants to believe that there's this huge flip in the 2026 midterms, and we have like a supermajority, and Republicans finally grow some balls, and they're like, yeah, we're able to actually use the checks that we have and dedicated to us in the Constitution to, you know, check the president. And so they end up actually like reeling him in for like the second half of his term. I'm very optimistic. I would love for that to happen, but if not. Okay, I'll figure out this chat at a later date. I'm bored. Yeah, I was gonna do this. I don't want to do this anymore. Let's watch Pete Buttigieg.
Thank you, General Eaton. Thank you, VoteVets, for hosting us today. And thank you Thank you, General Eaton. Very important conversation I've been looking forward to. To the many people here who wore the uniform of this nation, thank you for your service.
Oh, it's so good.
And to every one of you who chose to be here this evening, I know you got a lot on your plate, a lot you could be doing. I can't thank you enough for joining me for this conversation. It feels really good to be back in Iowa. Anyone can come to Iowa just before an election's coming up. I wanted to make sure I had a chance to talk with the people I got to know 5 or 6 years ago and people I'm seeing for the very first time. Last time I was in Iowa, last time I was in Cedar Rapids, I was in my previous capacity as secretary bringing a few $1 million from the Biden infrastructure plan to fix up your airport. So it felt really good to step off that plane yesterday and have a look around at that terminal. That's coming along nicely. Nice job with that. It's got that new terminal smell that only a former transportation secretary can love. And last time I was here before that, I was sort of winning the Iowa caucus for.
Oh my God, he would do so good. Like I like the beard. I definitely think that was like an optics thing. He couldn't look too boyish. He's just so good. Like he's so easy to look at and to just tell. I can tell that you're genuine in what you believe in, and I'm so biased. I've been a fan of this guy for a while. In the Department of Transportation, he was like the only cabinet member that I knew because I was flying back and forth between college, and I got an automatic refund one time because I got my flight delayed for more than 3 hours. And I went on this huge, insane deep dive of like, oh my God, Pete Buttigieg is just single-handedly the only politician that has ever cared about people. Obviously, that's sarcastic. I don't idealize any politicians. They're all evil. No, I'm just kidding.
So thanks for that, too. So, you come to a place you haven't been to in a little while, and your mind goes to everything that's the same and everything that's changed, and a lot's changed. When I was running around here 5 or 6 years ago introducing myself, I was before COVID, it was before ChatGPT. It was before Tassin and I became parents to an incredible son and daughter, Gus and Penelope, our twins who came into our lives and changed everything.
He has black twins. I just love it. I love it so much. America is so ready for a gay president with black twin babies.
Other things haven't changed so much, including the fundamental importance and crisis of trust in our society and in our country. I believe it's never been more important. 5 years ago, I wrote a whole book about trust, and I think it's even more important now than it was then. And that's part of why I wanted to be in Iowa in a room filled with veterans, because you know a thing or two about trust. You know what it means to trust somebody with your life, even if you just met them, because you have been in situations where there is no alternative. You know what it means to earn trust, because you have raised your right hand and pledged your very life to the preservation of our republic. So we're going to need you. And we're going to need everybody in this community and every community who recognizes the fundamental nature of this country and the fact that it is facing its most profound test in generations. We are being tested on nothing less than whether the United States of America is, in fact, the freedom-loving people that we believe and know ourselves to be. Let us meet that test. Let me be clear, that is not an academic concern. It's one that comes into our everyday lives. Because if this is a country where the government, the head of the government, or...
I'm still trying to figure out how to get this chat on screen. I promise. I'm still working on it.
Very wealthy men who advise and or instruct the head of our government with no accountability. That means that if you're a farmer caught up in a useless trade war, the answer is too bad. If you're a small business owner who doesn't even know what you can order or what you're going to be charging, the answer is we don't really have to answer to you. If you're one of the 10 million Americans who we just learned stand to be kicked off of Medicaid, if this
I remember you from Model
Congress,
Congress.
the answer is go pound sand. That is unacceptable in a democracy. So this...
There's no way my camera just died. That was so soon. Wait, hang on. Technical difficulties. Do 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 do. This is my phone. I hope it works. I don't know. Oh, wow. We're really zoomed in. Jesus Christ. Federal. Oh my gosh. All right. Fabulous. Okay. This looks so bad. Wait, why is this so zoomed in? Alright, I don't care enough. Hang on, who the hell remembered me from Model Congress? That's so embarrassing. I was in Model Congress for high school. It wasn't as actual like Congress as it sounds. It was literally like a bunch of theater kids that would dress up and go to random schools and like it was a vibe. It was really fun. I loved Model Congress. Model Congress was probably like top high school experience ever. But yeah, it definitely wasn't real Congress. That's kind of funny. It's so fun. Long Island is like the smallest town ever. It's really hysterical to me that the like stereotypes that you hear about New York is that like, oh, like, it's really big. And like it's a big city and it's really suburban and it's really like blue and really left leaning, but then as soon as you go like 2 seconds outside of the city on Long Island, it's really redneck, really Republican, and also everyone knows each other and everyone is like 2 degrees away from each other. If you asked me to watch Westmore one more fucking time, can you give me a link? What am I watching? I don't know. I haven't seen anything. Long Island is literally, everyone is 2 degrees separated away from each other. Like, I could easily find a chain to connect me to almost everyone in Long Island based off of like clubs and different like travel varsity, whatever. It's crazy. That's sick. Well, live in Washington State. Very cool. Did you go to college? Yes. I'm hoping to go back once I have enough money to pay off my last semester. I'm paying my way through college, so I had to take this past year off so I could get my funds, grind. So I have 2 jobs outside of this that I actually have work in like 30 minutes. So you guys are on the clock. But yeah, I went to CU Boulder, Dean Withers School, and never knew him. No connection there. 0. But yeah, that was I'm going back in the fall, hopefully, maybe. I don't know, fingers crossed. We'll see. Who's Sean Bean? Am I dumb? Who the fuck is Sean Bean? What do I think of Ezra Klein's Abundance? I haven't read it yet, honestly. I don't know that much about it. I really haven't been keeping that much with it. It sounds like a good idea. It doesn't sound like it's as pressing as maybe current times would need. I think housing is always a good thing to focus on. I'm in New York, so obviously housing is like the number one thing that I think about all the time because New York is so overcrowded. What's it called? But the fuck is a Sean Bean? Now I'm scared. Am I supposed to know who this is? Is this like a guy? Like is he important? Oh. Is it a joke from is it a joke because of my name? Oh my fucking god. I've never seen this show. I've never seen this show. Someone tried to get it to some yeah, okay. I get it now. Sean Bean is Arya's father. Perfect. So I don't even know if this is a fun story. It's not a fun story. It's a very awkward story. I had this really weird date with a guy where he played the first episode of Game of Thrones, and it was like so many naked women. Like, why would you play that on a date with someone? Like, it was so strange. I know there's a lot of incest in it, and I know that whenever people recognize the name like Arya from Game of Thrones, it's not usually a good connotation. People think that she's annoying, or so I've heard. So, yeah, fuck Game of Thrones for giving me a bad rap, I guess. I'm really like not into pop culture. Actually, you know what I am into? Dexter. I'm into Dexter. And the new show that's coming out. Yeah, when is this getting released? Oh my god, it's so soon. I'm so excited. Okay, this is boring. Sorry, Pete. I love you. I saw Cenk Uygur, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, and it was the most brain dead. Like, sorry, this is going back to the Hassan thing. I didn't know that Hassan was Cenk Uygur's nephew. Like, I feel like that should be definitely more publicized. I didn't know that until very recently, like 2 days ago. But he interviewed Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I'm just really convinced that, like, him and Anna, they have to be on some kind of payroll. Like, they've been slowly but surely tilting their audience. So, where is it?
On the Young Turks, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Congresswoman from Georgia's 4th. There's some significant lot of propaganda, and Young Turks been around forever. We're the longest running show in internet history, and so we were on the air for the Iraq War, and at the time, Ben Mankiewicz and I were like, no, don't go, they didn't attack us, right? But they built up a lot of propaganda before they went in and did the attack. In this case, it looks like there's some significant drama, moving of the chairs around in the Pentagon, in the National Security Advisor group. So do you have a better sense of how close we are to war right now?
Well, there was a development today. You know, I've been
Anna's on Valuetainment? PBD? What? I didn't know that. What did I miss? Jesus Christ. I need to be more informed with these. Oh my god. Oh my god, wait, I did see this. I didn't realize that was gonna be a new thing. Wow. 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 I feel like, wow. That was really heartbreaking. Why would you guys tell me that? That was really sad. I'm just kidding. I don't like Anna. I don't know her like that. My dad's gonna love this though. Like, this is my dad's two favorite people. He did the pipeline. He did this, oh my god, he did the same pipeline as Anna. He used to be like super left-wing, progressive, tanky type, and then now it's PBD podcast and all day. Wow. Should congratulate him. Okay.
been constantly saying for several weeks now, I've never seen a Houthi or a Houthi or however you pronounce it. I don't even know what they look like. I haven't seen them back home in Rome, Georgia, where I live. I haven't seen them in Washington, D.C. And I keep saying that, how is this a threat to everyday Americans when they are not threatening us here at home in our homeland? And I think this narrative broke through, and I was excited to see.
I don't know why this clip didn't get more like.
Where I live, there was a development today. You know, I've been constantly saying for several weeks now, I've never seen a Houthi or a Houthi or however you pronounce it.
I've never seen a cancer. I've never seen a serial killer. I've never seen a rapist. I don't like. What the fuck kind of? Well, I've never seen a Houthi, so they're not a threat. I've never seen a Houthi.
I don't even know what they look like. I haven't seen them.
I don't even know what they look like. How can they be dangerous if I've never seen them and I don't things that Marjorie Taylor has never seen and is not scared of. I'm not gonna finish that one.
Back home in Rome, Georgia, where I live, I haven't seen them in Washington, D.C. And I keep saying that, how is this a threat to everyday Americans when they are not threatening us here at home in our homeland? And I think this narrative broke through, and I was excited to see President Trump say today from the White House during one of his press conferences that there has been communication with the Houthis, with Yemen, and they have decided that they have said they won't bomb ships anymore. And President Trump said, well, we will not bomb the Houthis. So I think that that's significant, and I was very happy to hear it. But I also think it was important to speak out. And I thought it was important to remind everyone here in Washington that always seems to forget the campaign promises that are made on the campaign trail, that the biggest part of this campaign, one of them, was no more foreign wars, no matter which country it is. We don't want to go to war for Ukraine. We don't want to go to war against Iran.
Oh my God, so brain dead. Your boy is literally threatening war with every ally we've ever had. Like,
Say it's time to stop giving money to pretty much every single country around the world. I'm very much against foreign donations to countries all over the world, especially when we're in $36 trillion in debt. It saddens me to see homeless veterans on our streets. It saddens me talking to senior citizens that can hardly afford to pay rent or pay for their.
It's just, I wonder if they know that they don't care about any of these things. Because, like, run it through, okay? You care about the debt. You care so much about the debt. You care so much about the debt and about your veterans and about, like, the social service, right? Okay? Why are you firing every civil worker that works in these I don't want to say welfare agencies, but like these different like departments in the government, right? Why are you short staffing the social security offices? Why are you closing them? Why are you making it so that you can't do anything over the phone and that you have to go in person? But you care so much about the senior citizens that you're helping because you care so much about the debt? What?
Medications and food. I really think that our money needs to stay at home and fix our own problems. But I'd also like to remind you, it's both.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
I think it's absolutely outrageous, but normally it just passes with flying colors. Who led a revolt in this case that blocked that bill in the Congress?
That was me. I came out first with my opposition.
Wait.
Actually passes in America all the time.
It's hard for me to give you an exact opinion on this.
Yeah, I understand. Let's talk about that boycott bill for a second, because there was a Republican right-wing revolt against it. So this is something that actually passes in America all the time. It's in a lot of states people don't know about it. But like, for example, Florida has a bill that if you boycott or you call for the boycott of Israel, they'll take your government contracts away. And you could be an American citizen, it doesn't matter. So I think it's absolutely outrageous, but normally it just passes with flying colors. Who led a revolt in this case that blocked that bill in the Congress?
That was me. I came out first with my opposition to the bill, and I announced that I would be voting no to this boycott bill. Because again, I believe Americans should be able to buy or boycott whatever product or country that they want to. Look what we did to Budweiser. We took Budweiser down, and that happened during the campaign, and that happened from MAGA, that happened from people on the right. So I believe.
Is she talking about like the Dylan Mulvaney thing? Brain dead. I think that's crazy though. If you're getting your government contract revoked for criticizing Israel, that's kind of that's insane. I don't know how. It's kind of crazy if that's happening.
Well, I was going to go to the next topic, but you brought up that it was a false headline. So you're right. We have said some bad things about it. There's no question about that. And so, and it started with that issue of the space lasers, right? So you brought it back.
Yeah,
up.
but I never said Jewish space lasers. So that's a.
Where is it?
Crazy.
So no, wait, hang on, wrong one.
Crazy.
Where is it?
I'm gonna come.
No, wrong one.
Boys will be.
No.
You said thank you once.
Jewish space lasers.
There we go.
And really, why don't you fuck off? How about that? Jewish space lasers. And really, why don't you fuck off? How about that?
Yeah. Okay, Marjorie. Called out.
A lie. Yeah, it's a lie, and I really am tired of people perpetuating.
So what do
the
you
lie.
mean you didn't say it? Just I'm trying to clear it up.
I never said that. I've never said that statement in my life. But there was someone that wrote an article, and that was the headline. And
oh my God, oh my God.
that's what they created. It was in early January.
She made like this, what was it? It was like a Facebook or like a Twitter post. It was like this insane post after a wildfire or something, where she's like, it's crazy how many coincidences are showing up here, where you have this Israel or this whatever Jewish-owned corporation is doing this, and they're harnessing like the solar energy of the climate change, and they're beaming it down, whatever. It was literally an entire post outlining this Jewish space lasers conspiracy. How do you get away with just, no, I never did that? Westmore DNC, okay.
On March 26th, at 1:30 in the morning, a container ship, the length of 3 football fields, slammed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, and the bridge collapsed. A port that drives 13% of our state's economy was now closed. Thousands of workers were hours away from waking up and realizing they no longer had a job. 6 Marylanders who had been on the bridge in the middle of the night fixing potholes lost their lives. And one of the first phone calls that I got that morning started with these 3 words. Gov, it's Kamala. She said, I know you spoke to the president, and I want you to know we are here with you every step of the way. Now, I joined the Army when I was 17. In fact, I was too young to sign the paperwork. I had to ask my mom to sign the paperwork for me because I don't have bone spurs.
Wait, hang on, I missed that. I didn't appreciate that enough, I'm sorry. That was funny.
I joined the Army when I was 17. In fact, I was too young to sign the paperwork. I had to ask my mom to sign the paperwork for me because I don't have bone spurs.
Got him. Got him.
I led soldiers in combat in Afghanistan. And my training taught me that you never learn anything about anybody when times are easy. You learn everything you need to know about somebody when times are hard and when the temperature gets turned up. And America, I saw that Kamala Harris is the right one to lead in this moment firsthand. And united, with the Almighty God's grace, we brought closure to the families of the 6 victims. And while many said it could take 11 months to reopen the port of Baltimore, we got it done in 11 weeks. Because that is the story of America. We are a nation of patriots who serve when the mission is hard and who serve when the destination is uncertain. And I know our history isn't perfect. The unevenness of the American journey has made some skeptical. But I'm not asking you to give up your skepticism. I just want that skepticism to be your companion and not your captor. And I'm asking that you join us in the work.
I like that he said that, because I think a big problem of what Democrats do right now when we're like going back to institutions because Donald Trump is just completely ripping them to the ground is making it seem like there's nothing wrong with them and that they're like completely impervious to any type of like harm or mistakes or corruption or anything. So I like that he's like acknowledging the skepticism and saying we need to have it and nurture it and not let it run the Department of Health and Human Services.
Because making America great doesn't mean telling people you're not wanted. And loving your country does not mean lying about its history. Making America great means saying the ambitions of this country would be incomplete without your help. It's the legacy of those 6 workers who fixed potholes on a bridge while we slept, who were born in a different country, but who knew that America was big enough for them too. It's the journey. It's the journey of a man raised by a remarkable immigrant single mom, a man who felt handcuffs on his wrists at 11 years old, who now stands before you as the 63rd governor of Maryland and the first black governor in the history of our state. It's the story. It's the story of a prosecutor who defended our freedoms and had Maryland's back when we needed it most. And now, MVP, we've got your back as well.
Hell yeah. I like the MVP, Madam Vice President. Okay. This guy, whoever can help me put the chat on screen. I don't know how Discord works, but I have a Discord. It's just Lovely Perfect Talks. It's just, I don't know how you friend request that or add that. I literally don't understand any of the background shit that goes on back here. But my email is also Aria at Lovely Perfect Talks if you wanted to do that. Did I see your question about Trump and dollar diplomacy? No, what was the question? Is Trump bringing back dollar diplomacy like with Roosevelt? Hang on. Let me not sound stupid. let me refresh. Oh, this is Discord. Okay. Oh yeah, I was looking at this too. I just saw that I remember seeing this on Twitter like a while back, that people were upset about him for his tax plan, but then I looked at the tax plan that he did and it was all really normal and it was like really good and it was fine, but people were like freaking out about it because it was like an insane, it was like a weed tax or something. I don't know. He did like egregious tax on weed and like another, what was it? Yeah, I don't know. I was looking at this from before. Okay, dollar diplomacy. Guys, I got a 5 on my A post chest, and that is the only reason why I know anything about anything. During William Henry Taft's presidency, big stick attitude. Wait, yeah, hang on. What does this not say what it is? Oh, okay, here we go. Taft built on Roosevelt, speak softly and carry big stick. He replaced the use of reals with the use of economic. Oh, I didn't realize that that's what this was. Oh, no, it's like the most brain dead thing. Okay, so Donald Trump has the mindset with of like a, what is it, a zero sum game? He thinks it's like zero sum, like it all balances out. Like if one country's winning, then another country's losing, and if one country's doing well and is prosperous, then another country has to be stealing all of the money and like is being subsidized from it. What's it called? So using something that benefits both you and every party involved as a threat is like playing the game of chicken, which theoretically would be fine if not for the fact that the person that you're playing chicken with doesn't give a fuck if they like live or die. Like China is an authoritarian, I don't even know what it's officially called, so I don't want to say anything. But China doesn't give a fuck whether or not its constituents are suffering, okay? If Chinese are upset about prices in China, that fucking sucks for the Chinese, okay? It's not like they can do anything about it. It's not like they're gonna vote, like, Xi Jinping out of office. It's not like they're gonna do anything. So, like, it's who's gonna be able to suffer more between Donald Trump, between the U.S., which is a very spoiled country. We're really fat. We're really technologically dependent. We have people that are unable to go grocery shopping without talking to ChatGPT. Like, we are not cut out to participate in a trade war versus China. anything that you're doing good right now, anything that you're good at, there is a 4-year-old Chinese person that is doing it way better. Chinese kid that's doing it insanely better. And that's just a faction of life. That's just what happens when you have a country with 1 billion people in it. So this is gonna fail. What's it called? Yeah. Taft and his counterparts arranged for large investments because leadership felt like giving out loans and investing heavily would give out each kind of reform or retaliation. Republicans are supposed to hate this. Like, this is supposed to be everything that Republicans are fighting against. But they're doing the opposite. So I guess that's why they don't see anything wrong with it. So instead of positively reinforcing behavior with money, they're negatively reinforcing it by just taking money away. Except, again, it's not zero sum. So by them taking money away from them, it's taking money away from us and hurting everyone in the long run. I need to do more research on what Roosevelt did specifically in the war. I need to prepare. I need to prepare for what's coming. How did Roosevelt get us out of that? I like that these people are just talking about art. That's cool. Ah, my camera died again. This is upsetting. Stop asking me if I think Wes Moore would make a good president. I don't know. This is like one of the only speeches that I've ever seen him give. I looked at his tax plan from before. He seems like a solid guy. Seems solid right now. It wouldn't hurt, but I don't know this early on. No. In this country, we have presidents, not kings. This is scaring me. Okay. I agree that Donald Trump needs to be, what's it called? Where'd I go? What the fuck? Hell yeah. Okay. I think Donald Trump needs to be impeached. I worry that the only thing that is keeping MAGA divided right now is the fact that Donald Trump is like comfortably in office. So if they start introducing like articles of impeachment and trying to get him impeached, I fear that all of the infighting that would happen in MAGA right now would just like come to a screeching halt and everyone would rally up behind him and just, we love our president, we love our king. It's too early, okay? You can't ask people to admit defeat like 5 months in. It's too early. No one has the pride, no one has the ability. Lots of people have strong opinions about Qatar. Oh, thank you guys for telling me that I was pronouncing Qatar wrong. That's my bad. I mean Qatar wrong. I was pronouncing it as Qatar. It's Qatar. Okay, thanks. I think one of the most overlooked parts of this whole week is the fact that Boeing failed to make a plane for the President of the United States. No, that's not what happened. What happened was it was scheduled for maintenance, and while it was scheduled for maintenance, I don't know, I guess it needed more maintenance. It got delayed. It was supposed to be ready like this year, and then it got delayed until next year. They're still replacing it. Like, they're still maintaining or doing it or whatever. It's just not being done at this very moment. Also, the plane that he's buying is a Boeing too. Also, why would you have to make a plane? You don't have to make an entire plane for the president. He has a plane. Hell yeah. This is how you know I get all of my talking points from DGG. Just kidding. Oh. I love scrolling on Twitter. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to click. What the fuck is going on? Oh my god. I don't think they know. Is that bad? Is that racist of me to just assume? Do they know what they're doing? Like, is this like when you tell a little kid to stick up the middle finger and like it's just funny? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. When did Twitter turn into a Fox News grandpa feed? I know, and it's my Twitter. Like, it's mine. I'm very not this. Like, this isn't the shit that I engage with, but sure. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Going through this. Don't miss scroll. Qatar has the best planes. I'm dead. It's a Boeing too. Yeah, it's a Boeing 747. It's a parody. Have you tuned into the Seth Rogen show, The Studio? No. No, I have not. But that's funny. It's a parody of how Hollywood operates. I like SNL. I like the political things that SNL does. Cutter. Thank you. Do you think that Impoundment Act can be used to impeach Trump or slow down the executive overreach? The Impoundment Act is supposed to be used to slow down the executive overreach. Like, that's the whole... The Impoundment Act isn't even necessary to be an act, if I'm not mistaken. It's in the Constitution. They just had to formalize it after, like, I think it was, like, Nixon was trying to... I don't trust this. Jesus Christ. What am I looking for? Alright, fine. Oh my god, my carbon footprint is so high from AI. I'm sorry. This is me. Did you know how many surgeon generals there are? How many generals there are in the government? There's so many. I was so curious. Okay. I have such a high carbon footprint from these, but it's okay because I don't eat meat, so they balance each other. That's how that works. Nixon. I knew it. Before the ICA, presidents often impounded funds for various reasons. During the Nixon administration, the president withheld large sums. See, most of what I even do here is just clicking on the links. I use it as a search engine to click on the links, I promise. Something that I hate when doing research is that I always have to put before 2025 when I'm like looking at things on Google, because like this, like everything that's like current, I hate it. I hate it when it all comes up. Like, I hate knowing that this article was written for like the purpose of this administration, because I don't know, I feel like it just adds like unnecessary implicit bias. Like, why are you, I don't know. This is like a historical thing. Like, this is just, it should just be about the Impoundment Act, whatever. It's my bad. But it's like all of these like really obscure random acts now that are being Googled because it's being used for the first time literally ever in history, and now they're all like tainted by like the Trump search engine results or whatever for everything. Yeah. I'm trying to find is it just what article is it in the Constitution that just says that Congress has power of the purse? Like, is it? I'm pretty sure it's this. Like, no money shall be drawn from the. Okay. No, I need the full. Wow, this is so upsetting. Is it this? Yes. Okay, there we go. Congress shall have power to lay, collect duties and taxes, and imposts and excises, and pay the debts, and provide the common defense and general welfare of the United States. But all duties, imposts, and excises shall be uniform throughout the United States. Okay, this gives Congress sole power of the purse to delegate for all of the budget, for all of the taxes, for all of the debts, and whatever, for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. Specifically for Congress, and then I think the president is like able to like question it of like, are you sure that it is for the general welfare of the United States? But Congress has the sole power and the sole duty. Okay, sorry, that was a tangent. Scrolling through again. Okay. Hey, I do go to work soon. I was scrolling through chats to answer them real quick before I leave. What potentially what kind of impact are you trying to send out? Are you looking to inform your audience or engage in debates? Both. I can walk and chew gum at the same time. Real criticism. There are real criticisms you can make of his form, and then there are disingenuous smears about anti-Semitism. I'm sorry, if you don't think that Hassan Piker is anti-Semitic, that's...
Retarded.
Yeah, sorry. I think Hassan is an unserious person on the left. Yeah, he's the Alex Jones of the left. I don't like how anyone associates with him or gives him the time of day. I think it gives all of us a bad name because then we get grouped in with that shit. I think the same thing about like the debate culture. Like anytime I tell anyone that I do anything political online, I get like side looks because it's literally Dean and Parker, like the top people that you think of, and I'm like, no, I swear, I'm like a little more normal, just a little bit. Okay, that's it. Clocker, hi, I will add your chat to screen. Thank you so much, guys. All right, whoever can add my chat to screen, you get a kiss. Bye, guys. Have a great day.